Good morning, guys. Got got started on the Duel Peterbilt. I took two slivers out of the hood, one on each side of the big thick. I guess it would be the chrome strip that goes down the middle of the hood. I took a sliver out of each side at an angle so I could narrow it. That way, the grill is going to be a lot more narrow than whatever year Peterbilt this was. And then it'll look just right. The fenders come tomorrow. They probably are going to have to widen those and then put the headlights in where they go. So that's coming along really good. And then I just got the tail lights and then some uh, side marker lights on. I was going to use the round ones. And I was even going to use some round yellow ones too. And I thought, well, I'd like to keep it a little bit cleaner than that, clean up the backs. But so I got that done. That way, when I use that wood stain on it, that it stays bright looking behind those lights with that blonde wood showing through. Because if I did it dark, then they wouldn't really stand out like they are. Okay, we got that going on. And then I've got my wax in the mail yesterday to be able to continue on with my Damascus I'm working on. It's ladder pattern, and then I gunmetal blued it. And I'm going to go through and I'm going to sand it and get it all ready, and then I'm going to put my new wax on. How you doing, 60s Rule, Dan? Getting everything all together here, and I want to sand it so it looks even more of a mirror. And it doesn't quite turn out. I haven't put the handle on it yet because I'm going to have to cut it all down, but it's Damascus all the way through, full tang. I'm not too sure I want full tang. I think I want to go with just down the inside of maybe a staghorn handle or something along that line. But yeah, that blade was done so well. And how Kyle Royer does it is he'll cook it in instant coffee. So I got the instant coffee ready and everything. Just got to get a trough to put it in and cook it in it. That's why I left the handle off, just in case a bluing isn't quite enough, to go right on to the coffee bluing and try it that way. So there's that. Okay. Watching you and working on my 48-hour group build. There you go. 60 T-Bird. Oh, my dad had a real 60 Bird. It was the first moonroof put in a car, and he had that. It had a white top, and it had a turquoise body and turquoise interior.
Oh, I would have loved that.
Yeah, it was gorgeous. And it was a 60 Bird. It had 6 taillights on it.
My dad loved T-Birds.
Yes, he did. There before he passed, he was looking at that 1965 that someone had painted blue. Boy, I would have liked to go through and strip that off it and paint it whatever color was his favorite. I think that would have been fun to do. But he passed from lung cancer then in November of 2013. Okay. Well, it was good to see you, Dan. I'll have to check in on your group build because that car I am interested in. I got a Elvira years ago, the 58, and turned it into the 60 Bird. I had to change the grill material, and I had to change the taillights. But yeah, I love the 60 Bird. I'd like to get some pictures of my dad's that he had. I think you'd get a kick out of that one. Okay, guys, I think that's about it. I sectioned the hood and brought it way in. It was way out there. It was so wide. Now I'm going to have to find the grill that's floating around here somewhere, and I have to cut it down And then I don't have to chrome it because there wasn't too much that was nice shiny chrome on the truck from Duel. But it did take getting two kind of big slivers out of it. I counted over 2 rivets and a half on each side, and then I used my favorite lockjaw saw. That's just a riot to run.
Oh boy.
I ran that bugger all day yesterday, cutting every end on this bed right next to my hand, and Tammy's like, "Oh no, watch out, watch out." I told her I've had that stinking thing. In fact, I've got 2 of these. Now I haven't found the other one, but I've got 2 of these I bought exactly the same time. The other one has a slight bend to it, but they're miter saws that I have a miter box and everything to cut stuff with. But yeah.
He says he loves the flatbed truck.
Oh, thank you, Dan. That really is turning out to be kind of neat looking compared to what it was a couple days ago. And I lost a nice Hemi motor in there, which I didn't want to do. I want to make my own, and then put a million of them in there. But in that Hemi engine that I used for the mold, I got it in on a lot in a I think it was a Roadrunner.
What you gonna put in the back of it?
It could be a wrecker. I could end up doing a wrecker, or maybe put a little mini bike or something in it. But it does need something in there.
Well, fall is around the corner. Maybe you can put little pumpkins or something in it.
There you go. Little scaled pumpkins. Now I'm not going to want it too big because that wood grain that's in there is really pretty.
Yeah.
So I think that not Minwax. I keep going back to that. That was
English.
Old English. Minwax is my favorite for years until I came across that Old English, and that stuff works really good.
It'll bring the grain out, I think.
Yes. Now this here was hickory. Let's see. This was hickory, and it was real blonde, and I did like 80 coats of that. Not Minwax. Old English.
Don't you dare pull a "Here's Johnny" on that.
Here's Johnny. Awesome, awesome battle axe. But that was really light colored wood, and I couldn't have that. I had to make it a lot darker. But it
brings out the green.
It does bring it out. That Old English works so nice that I like to use it whenever I can. I've used it on all the doors, all the woodwork here. I love it. I absolutely love that stuff. Okay, I'm going to get back to working on that Peterbilt, and I'm going to put that little flatbed truck aside until tomorrow, until that stuff comes, and then I'll finish it up, and then I'll do another video. But it's really good to see you, Dan, and I'm going to go check out your T-Bird because I'm very interested to see a 60 bird. That's for sure. Okay, sir, I'll talk to you later, and everybody else, I'll talk to you on the next one. Oh, wait a minute. I'm not going to forget this time. My shop card shout out.
Oh, yep, he forgot that, I guess, earlier. I was sleeping.
So it wasn't your fault.
Well, it wasn't my fault. He gets up in the middle of the night.
There's Jeff's Model Garage.
That. I love the paw prints.
I love the 71, 72 Chevelle. That is really a nice car. And he wrote some wonderful things on the back for me and Tammy. And I just wanted to give a good shout out to Jeff this morning because I forgot earlier. And boy, it's not like me. I've got a photographic memory, but I did get all jostled, and I did get kind of frazzled about distracted about that mold and how bad it went. But here's my shop card. If someone wants a shop card, send a email to Tammy's email address down there at the bottom, and I'll send them one. I have some of those left, which I'm kind of surprised. And Ed called them the holy grail of shop cards. When I first had these done, and I was pretty impressed by that. But this one here was a zombie rat that I did in July of 06 as my first rat rod. I was making cars rusty before that, but not turning them into a hot rod or anything. Yeah, and that was my first attempt at that. So if someone wants a card, I will be sending them out one if they send me their mailing address. Okay, guys, I'll talk to you later, and I'm going to try to get more done on that Peterbilt. Have a good one.
Have a good Sunday, guys.